Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're taking a closer look at another fascinating Lincoln Wheat Penny that could be hiding more history and possibly more value than you might expect. We'll explore its history, design, mint mark, key features, rare errors, and current collector value. So, before you spend your old pennies, watch until the end. You might have a valuable coin in your collection. So, let's get started. The 1943 D Lincoln Wheat Penny is one of the most fascinating coins ever produced by the United States. During World War II, copper was desperately needed for military equipment such as shell casings, electrical wiring, and communication devices. To conserve copper for the war effort, the United States Mint made an extraordinary decision in 1943. Instead of striking pennies from the traditional bronze alloy, they produced them using zinc-coated steel. As a result, every regular 1943 D Lincoln cent was made from steel rather than copper. The D mint mark below the date indicates that the coin was struck at the Denver Mint. More than 217 million steel cents were produced there, making them common in circulated grades, but their historical significance has made them one of the most recognizable American coins. The bright silver appearance of the steel cent was completely different from familiar reddish-brown pennies Americans had carried for decades, making the coin instantly noticeable. On the obverse, the coin features a famous portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. The word liberty appears to the left of Lincoln's portrait, while the motto "I and God We Trust" is displayed above his head. The date 1943 appears on the right side, with a D mint mark directly below it. The reverse carries the inscriptions United States of America, 1 cent, and E pluribus unum, surrounded by 2 wheat stalks, giving the coin its popular name, the Lincoln Wheat Penny. The steel planchet was coated with zinc to protect it from rust, giving the coin a shiny gray appearance when new. Unfortunately, once the zinc coating wore away through circulation, the exposed steel often rusted, causing many surviving examples to develop dark spots and corrosion. The standard 1943 D steel cent is not rare because millions are produced and many still survive. In circulated condition, most examples are worth between 10 cents and a few dollars, depending on their condition. Brilliant uncirculated examples with original luster generally sell for $10 to $50, while gem-quality coins graded MS-66 or MS-67 by professional grading services can bring several $100s. Exceptionally preserved examples with spectacular surfaces and very high grades have sold for well over $1,000 at major auctions. Collectors value these coins because they represent a unique moment in American history when wartime needs changed the composition of the nation's smallest denomination. One of the biggest reasons a 1943 D penny attracts so much attention is the existence of the incredibly rare 1943 D bronze era cent. A few leftover bronze planchets from 1942 accidentally remained in the presses and were struck with the 1943 dies. Instead of the normal silver-colored steel, these era coins are made from bronze and have a familiar reddish-brown appearance of earlier Lincoln cents. Only one authentic 1943 D bronze cent is widely recognized, making it one of the rarest and most valuable U.S. coins ever discovered. This extraordinary era has sold for hundreds of thousands to well over $1 million, depending on its condition and the auction. Because of its enormous value, many counterfeit examples exist, so authentication by professional grading services is absolutely essential. Collectors should also know how to identify a genuine steel 1943 D penny. Since the coin is made of steel, it is magnetic and will stick to a magnet, unlike normal bronze Lincoln cents. If a 1943 D penny appears copper-colored and does not stick to a magnet, it deserves close examination because it could either be a rare bronze era or, more commonly, a steel cent that has been copper-plated after leaving the mint. Weight is another important factor. A normal steel cent weighs approximately 2.70 grams, while a genuine bronze era weighs around 3.11 grams. These simple tests help separate ordinary coins from potentially valuable rarities, although only professional authentication can confirm authenticity. The 1943 D steel cent also has several interesting varieties and minting errors. Collectors search for doubled dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, repunch mint marks, and dramatic strike errors. Although most of these errors are not as valuable as a famous bronze cent, they can still command premiums ranging from several dollars to hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on their rarity and visual appeal. Coins with strong doubling or spectacular mint errors are especially sought after by specialists. Proper storage is especially important for steel cents because they are more vulnerable to corrosion than bronze pennies. Moisture can cause rust if the protective zinc coating has worn away. Collectors generally recommend storing these coins in dry, airtight holders or certified slabs to preserve their condition. Cleaning should always be avoided because it can scratch the zinc surface and significantly reduce collector value. Even lightly cleaned examples are often worth less than naturally preserved coins. Today, the 1943 Lincoln Wheat Penny remains one of the most popular coins among beginners and advanced collectors alike. Its unique wartime history, unusual steel composition, and connection to one of the greatest American mint eras make it a fascinating piece of numismatic history. While most 1943 steel cents are affordable collectibles, every collector dreams of discovering the legendary Bronze Era hidden in an old collection or inherited coin jar. That possibility, combined with the coin's historical importance, continues to make the 1943 Lincoln Wheat Penny one of the most talked about and collected 1-cent coins in the United States. The 1930 Lincoln Wheat Penny is one of the classic coins in the famous Lincoln Wheat Cent series, a coin that has become a favorite among collectors around the world. The coin was struck at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the small D mint mark located below the date on the obverse. The Lincoln Cent series first began in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth, making it the first regular United States circulating coin to feature the portrait of an actual historical person. By 1930, the United States was entering one of the most difficult economic periods in its history, known as the Great Depression. Although the country faced severe financial hardship, the United States Mint continued producing 1-cent coins for everyday commerce. Because of this historical connection, the 1930 Lincoln Wheat Penny represents not only a collectible coin but also an important reminder of America's economic and social history during one of its most challenging eras. The obverse of the 1930 Lincoln Wheat Penny features a right-facing portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by renowned sculptor Victor David Brenner. Above Lincoln's head appears the national motto, "I in God we trust," while the word liberty is located on the left side of the portrait. The date 1930 is positioned to the right, with a small D mint mark directly beneath it, identifying the Denver Mint as the place of manufacture. The reverse displays a familiar wheat cent design, featuring the inscriptions United States of America, E pluribus unum, and 1 cent in the center, surrounded by 2 elegant wheat stalks that symbolize America's agricultural strength and prosperity. This classic reverse design remained in use until 1958 before being replaced by the Lincoln Memorial reverse in 1959. The combination of Lincoln's portrait and the wheat ears has made these coins some of the most recognizable and beloved coins in American numismatic history. The 1930 Lincoln Wheat Penny was struck using a traditional bronze alloy composed primarily of 95% copper, with the remaining metal consisting of tin and zinc. Each coin weighs approximately 3.11 grams, has a diameter of 19 millimeters, and features a plain edge. Unlike the steel cent produced in 1943, the 1930 penny has a familiar reddish-brown color associated with classic copper coins. Newly struck examples displayed a brilliant red luster that gradually changed to reddish-brown and eventually dark brown as the coin circulated and naturally oxidized over time. Collectors today classify these coins by color designations such as red road, red brown, RB, and brown BN, with fully original red examples generally commanding the highest premiums because they are much more difficult to preserve over many decades. The Denver Mint produced approximately 40,100,000 examples of the 1930 Lincoln Wheat Penny. Although this mintage is not considered extremely low compared to some earlier key-date Lincoln cents, it is significantly lower than many later wheat pennies that were produced in the hundreds of millions. As a result, the 1930 cent is considered a desirable semi-scarce issue, particularly in high mint state grades. Many coins entered circulation immediately and remained in use for decades, meaning that well-preserved examples are much less common than worn specimens. Today, circulated examples remain affordable for beginning collectors, while superb uncirculated pieces with original mint red surfaces can command impressive prices in the collector market. The value of a 1930 Lincoln Wheat Penny depends largely on its condition, color, and overall eye appeal. Heavily circulated examples with considerable were often sell for only a few dollars, while lightly circulated coins with strong detail may be worth considerably more. Uncirculated examples displaying original mint luster typically range from several dozen dollars into the hundreds depending on their certified grade. Coins graded MS65 red, MS66 red, or higher by professional grading companies are especially desirable because they have survived nearly a century with outstanding preservation. Exceptional register quality examples have sold for thousands of dollars at major coin auctions, especially when accompanied by certification from respected grading services. Collectors also search for unusual mint errors and die varieties on the 1930D Lincoln Wheat Penny. Some of the most desirable errors include off-center strikes, clip planches, lamination errors, die cracks, die breaks, broad strikes, and repunched mint marks. While these mint errors are generally much rarer than normal coins, they can significantly increase collector value depending on the severity and uniqueness of the error. Even relatively minor mint mistakes often attract strong interest from specialists who focus exclusively on Lincoln cent varieties and production errors. Because counterfeit and altered coins exist in today's marketplace, collectors should carefully examine any high-value 1930D cent before purchasing. Genuine examples should have a weight of approximately 3.11 grams, proper bronze composition, and a correct placement and shape of the Denver Mint mark. Valuable coins should ideally be authenticated and graded by respected third-party grading services, which provide assurance regarding authenticity, condition, and market value. Collectors should also avoid cleaning copper coins, as cleaning almost always reduces collector value by damaging the original surfaces and removing the natural patina that experienced numismatists appreciate. Today, the 1930D Lincoln Wheat Penny continues to hold an important place in the Lincoln Cent series because it combines historical significance, classic American coin design, and strong collector demand. It represents an era when the United States was struggling through the early years of the Great Depression while continuing to produce the everyday coins that kept commerce moving. Whether discovered in an inherited collection, an old coin album, or purchased from a coin dealer, the 1930D Lincoln Wheat Penny remains an attractive collectible for both beginners and advanced numismatists. Although most examples are not worth fortunes, high-grade specimens, beautiful original red coins, and unusual mint errors continue to command strong prices, ensuring that this historic wheat penny remains one of the most respected and widely collected 1-cent coins in American numismatic history. The 1954D Lincoln Wheat Penny is one of the most popular coins in the later years of the Lincoln Wheat Cent series. It was struck at the Denver Mint, which is identified by the small D mint mark below the date on the front of the coin. The Lincoln Wheat Cent series began in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the birth of President Abraham Lincoln, making it the first regularly circulating United States coin to feature the portrait of a real historical figure. By 1954, the United States was enjoying a period of strong economic growth following World War II. American industries were expanding, suburbs were growing rapidly, and millions of these 1-cent coins were needed for daily commerce. Although the 1954D Wheat Penny is not considered a rare date because of its high mintage, it remains an important and highly collectible coin due to its historical significance, classic design, and placed among the final wheat cent produced before the Lincoln Memorial Reverse replaced the wheat ears in 1959. Today, millions of collectors around the world include the 1954D cent in their Lincoln Wheat Penny collections because it represents the closing years of one of America's most iconic coin designs. The obverse of the 1954D Lincoln Wheat Penny features the right-facing portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, whose initials VDB appear at the bottom edge of the coin near Lincoln's shoulder. Across the top of the coin is the national motto "In God We Trust," while the word liberty appears to the left of Lincoln's portrait. The date 1954 is located on the right side with a small D mint mark directly beneath it, indicating that the coin was struck at the Denver Mint in Colorado. The portrait of Lincoln remains one of the longest-running coin designs in United States history and has appeared on the 1-cent coin for more than a century. Brenner's design is admired for its realistic appearance and detailed engraving, making it one of the most recognizable coin portraits in the world. The reverse of the coin displays a famous wheat cent design that collectors often refer to simply as the wheat penny. At the very top appears the Latin motto E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one, representing the unity of the United States. In the center is the inscription 1 cent, followed by United States of America beneath it. Surrounding both sides are two graceful wheat stalks, symbolizing America's agricultural prosperity and economic strength. This reverse design remained unchanged from 1909 until 1958 and became one of the most beloved designs in American numismatic history. In 1959, the wheat reverse was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design, making every wheat penny, including the 1954 D issue, part of a completed and highly collectible series. The 1954 D Lincoln Wheat Penny was struck using a traditional bronze alloy consisting of approximately 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. Each coin weighs approximately 3.11 grams, has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters, a thickness of about 1.55 millimeters, and features a plain edge without reeds. When first released from the mint, these coins displayed a brilliant orange-red color with strong mint luster. Over the decades, exposure to air, moisture, and handling caused many coins to gradually change color from bright red to red-brown and finally to deep brown. Because of this natural aging process, collectors classify copper coins into three color categories: red, rhode, red-brown, RB, and brown, BN. Fully original red examples are the most valuable because very few survive with their original mint color after more than 70 years. The Denver Mint produced approximately 251,552,500 examples of the 1954 D Lincoln Wheat Penny, making it one of the highest mintage wheat cents of the 1950s. Although this large production means circulated examples remain very common today, it does not necessarily mean that high-quality specimens are easy to find. Most of these coins entered circulation immediately and remained in use for many years. As a result, many surviving examples show heavy wear, scratches, stains, or discoloration. Coins that escape circulation shortly after minting and remain carefully preserved are much scarcer. Collectors especially seek coins with sharp strikes, blazing original red luster, and minimal contact marks because these characteristics become increasingly difficult to find in higher grades. The value of a 1954 D Lincoln Wheat Penny depends almost entirely on its condition, originality, and certified grade. Most circulated examples are worth only a small premium above face value, usually ranging from a few cents to a few dollars. Better preserved circulated coins with attractive surfaces can sell for several dollars. Uncirculated examples displaying original mint luster often range from $5 to $50, depending on quality. Coins graded MS-65 red by professional grading companies are popular with collectors assembling high-grade Lincoln sets and often sell for significantly higher prices. Exceptional examples graded MS-67 red or higher can be worth several $100s, and the finest known register-quality specimens have sold at major auctions for well over $1,000 because of their outstanding preservation and rarity in top grades. Collectors also carefully search 1954 D wheat pennies for mint errors and die varieties. Among the most desirable are off-center strikes, clip planches, broad strikes, lamination errors, die cracks, die breaks, struck-through errors, and repunch mint marks. Some coins may also exhibit double dies, although dramatic examples are uncommon. Mint errors occur during the manufacturing process and often make otherwise common coins much more valuable. The larger and more dramatic the error, the greater the collector interest. Certain spectacular mint errors on 1954 D cents have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on their rarity and condition. Authentication becomes especially important whenever a collector discovers an unusually valuable-looking 1954 D cent or an interesting mint error. Genuine examples should weigh approximately 3.11 grams, display the correct bronze composition, and have a properly positioned Denver Mint mark matching authentic mint characteristics. Professional grading companies such as PCGS, NGC, and Annex authenticate, grade, and encapsulate coins, providing confidence to buyers and sellers alike.